some reason I feel the need to tell you about my second ever D&D character called Duncan. Duncan was great. I was brought into this game like a couple of sessions late. Basically, they were short on players, and yeah, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll join. The basic setup was a rich elf, I believe it was, elf woman, played by a dude, had set up a new like colony on an island in the middle of nowhere, like no humans and stuff, yeah. And so basically, people with trades and skills would go there. So when I was invited, I was like, okay, we've got this, we got that, we got the other. I'm like, okay, well, what don't you have? Yes, okay, well, we haven't got this, and he sends me a list. Doctor. Alright. So I make Duncan the cleric. You know, healing spells, all that stuff. Now, the story of Duncan is a very, very great one. He was like the 14th son of some distant noble family. He's probably like 9,200 and something off the throne, you know? He was like some vague, distant royal. But because they already had so many kids, they didn't need him, you know? He was kind of very much a spare. So to stop all the kids infighting and trying to backstab each other, they were farmed off to other professions. And Duncan was sent to become a cleric. Unfortunately for Duncan, he was an absolute klutz, and he was stupid, and he was very kind and sweet and innocent. So, even the clerics knew, even the people teaching him. Excuse me. So eventually they went, hey, someone's asked for a cleric to go to this little island, Duncan, send him. So they sent him. He was only like, he was 17, something like that at the time, like 5'4". He was only a little lad, bless him. So he goes there, and the first mission they have to go off to some like little corner and find pirates or something. And the first pirate they meet, instead of killing him, Duncan just makes friends with him, because he's just like sweet and innocent and all this kind of shit. So this guy, I can't remember, I think he was called Bob or something, and he joins the town. He becomes like a proper member of the town. He just joins, and that's how it goes. Every time there's like shark people in the area, there's werewolves, all these things. And while everyone else goes off to do the main quests, Duncan goes, oh well, I'm going to go into the town to see if there's any sick people, and I'll start helping them. And this is just how it went every time we went somewhere. And eventually they're like, okay, well, between each session, because it was a weekly, they're like, what do you want to do between the sessions? So eventually I'm like, okay, I want to get like a load of pigeons, like 12 or something pigeons, messenger pigeons, and I'll station them between each of the towns that we visit, so if they need a doctor they can contact me. And then this went on. Basically I got allied with every faction. No one else did, just me. And eventually the guy was like, right, okay, I'm going to do a year time skip. I don't know, time skips were fashionable at the time. So he's going to do a year time skip. What do you want to do? I was like, right, well, every piece of money he earns and all the donations and stuff, because, you know, he's a cleric, he's not spending a lot of money. He wanted to use that to upgrade his little church or whatever into like a proper hospital. And at the same time, he was going to speak with all the other groups, you know, all the other races, and basically set up like little GP, like general practitioner, doctors' offices in their towns, all connected by messenger pigeons. He'd get some of their people in, train them up. Any of the kids in the town that had nothing to do, they'd go to him and he'd train them up as nurses. Then his noble genes kicked in, and he went from like 5'4" to 6'2" in like a year. Suddenly he's like broad, sudden, handsome, you know. So he basically became like this awesome god, handsome, everyone loved him. And the guy playing the original elf who set up the town, he was a dick. No, I'm trying to say it the other way. He was a dick. He kept playing pranks on people because he thought he was clever. He was one of those players. And eventually they did like the vote to see who was going to be the mayor of the town. And Duncan won. And it was this time that, due to work constrictions, I had to leave and I couldn't play anymore. But because Duncan was just such a straightforward character, basically they didn't need me to play him anymore. He could play himself. He was a very straightforward character. Now you might think, oh, he's just being nice. That really worked out for you. No, I planned it. Duncan wouldn't have done, because that's just what Duncan would have done. That's what the character would do. But I absolutely planned it. But no, God bless him. Duncan's a great character. I loved him. Yeah. Anyway, Duncan was a great character. I loved him. Ah well. Tatty bye.